Hi, everybody. Thank you for letting us join in on your class virtually. My name is Dylan Rasnick, and I'm the Assistant Director of the International Center.
And I am Lisa Fiala. I'm the Director of the International Center, and we are going to talk to you today about studying abroad and some of the benefits, some statistics about studying abroad, and hopefully answer any of those burning questions you have about how to study abroad at Flagler.
So just quickly, our agenda today, we'll do some introductions, some statistics, finding your education abroad, challenges, benefits, opportunities to study abroad at Flagler, how to apply, and some questions. So the
Go ahead.
So the international.
You don't know that the International Center is on the first floor of Wiley Hall. We are located in offices 101 and 107. 101 is my office. That's the office when you first open the door and you walk into Wiley, and there's a couple of French doors there. My office is straight through there. Dylan's office, or Mr. Rasnick's office, is down the hallway, just a little ways on the left-hand side across from the classrooms. So if you're not familiar with Wiley, Wiley is the building that looks almost like a little house. It's white and it's next to Lewis, right across from Ponce. So the International Center works with all international initiatives at Flagler College. We manage all study abroad programs, including faculty-led exchange and independent programs. We also work with domestic programs. So basically any off-campus study that you're looking to get credit for runs through our office, both international and domestic programs. We work with international students that are here on F1 visas. Those are our students that come for 4 years that are degree-seeking students in the United States or that transfer to Flagler to get their degree. We also work with exchange students and scholars. Those are students and scholars that come in on J1 visas. They come for a short term to Flagler. Those are usually run through our partnership agreements that we have with our exchange partnerships. That's another thing that we do. So we work to send Flagler students out on exchange, and then we bring those students from those partner schools in. And then we work on international partnerships. When the college is looking to sign international partnership agreements with other colleges and universities, those run through our office as well.
So just to start talking and thinking about studying abroad, we wanted to share some statistics. So in 2016, 2017, a little over 300,000 students studied abroad, and the top destinations were all in Western Europe, the United Kingdom being first, then Italy, and then Spain. That is roughly a 2.3 increase from the previous year of 2015 to 2016, which means that roughly 1 in 10 US students study abroad during their undergraduate career. And there's an interesting statistic of about a 70% increase in diversity as students abroad. On the flip side, though, we have on our campus, there were about 1 million students that came to the US to pursue a degree. The top countries all being in parts of Asia, so China, India, and Vietnam. And that, I think, is interesting to note where American students are going and where international students are coming from. And of those 1 million, roughly 46,000 study in Florida, and I think we are the 7th most populated state with international students. Come on, computer. Oops. So now you can click pause on the video and watch this TED Talk we have about finding your education abroad. It discusses some of the benefits that one individual had about studying abroad through their university. Your professor has the link, so click away and enjoy, and we'll check back in a second. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that video and it got you thinking about ways you can study abroad or just thinking in a more global way. So the video talks a little bit about some of the challenges the speaker Ben Long had about studying abroad, but we wanted to share some more. So I think the first thing that people think about the most when they are talking themselves out of studying abroad is that it costs money pre-departure and while being abroad. Also that you can experience homesickness while you're culture shocks, potential language barriers if you're not going to a place that speaks your native language, and then FOMO, which is the infamous fear of missing out syndrome. Come on, computer. How to address some of these challenges. Ms. Fiala and I thought about ways that we've seen previous Flagler students address these types of challenges while abroad, and also in our own travels and studies. So for money, research all the different kinds of scholarships and grants before going. There are more than you think. So I think there's a misconception that there aren't a lot of scholarships, but there are a lot of scholarships, third-party scholarships that you could apply for, and also some scholarships at Flagler you could apply for to study abroad. Make sure you consider all of your costs before going abroad. So what's the exchange rate in the country you're going to? Does that give your dollar more weight? Does that give your dollar less weight? Will you need money for public transportation? Are you going to want an international phone plan? How much is food going to cost? How much would housing be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's important to get a all-encompassing understanding of what the cost may be before you go abroad. And then while you are abroad, a way to address the challenge of money would be to definitely set aside some emergency funds, you know, between $200 and $400. You could leave it with friends and family in the US, or make a note with yourself that you know you're not going to use that certain amount of money unless it's an emergency. Buy what you need, not what you want. That is easier said than done, but I think it's a good philosophy to live by while doing your study abroad, because you'll find that you might want a lot, but maybe you don't need as much as you think. And then it says use cash as much as possible, so you know exactly how much you're spending, but I would also maybe make the argument that you choose the type of currency or credit card or what have you based off of where you are, so that you know you're spending money in the most appropriate way. Ways to address homesickness. I think the beauty of technology, as we are Zooming you our presentation, similarly, you can FaceTime, call, use the internet to your advantage to chat with friends and family from home. Try your best to join clubs or volunteer in your local community. Find something unique in your host culture that you enjoy. I know for international students coming here, I always recommend they try surfing at least once, because maybe surfing isn't common where they are from. So perhaps you're somewhere where there are a lot of mats, so it's hard to hike in Florida. Or you take a drawing class or something like that that's local to your host country. And then I would also say don't constantly look at social media, and I'll leave it at that. In terms of culture shock, it's important to know that everyone experiences that sense of feeling out of sync or out of touch with the culture you're in, and kind of having like an identity crisis via your own culture while abroad. And I think if you recognize that every person goes through that, it can help you address it in the right way. When you are experiencing culture shock, make sure you try and do something that reminds you of home, like cooking or watching your favorite movie. I know an example I give is I liked watching comedy, like stand-up specials or SNL while I was abroad, because it helped me laugh, which put me in a better mood. And then I was able to go on with my day while also addressing the culture shock I was experiencing. And then if you're going somewhere where you don't speak the language, there's a language barrier, make sure you learn key phrases. It can be very handy, especially if you have allergies to something. Make sure you learn how to say you're allergic to peanuts in whatever language you need. And then I don't think it's a bad idea to download an app like Duolingo or purchase an English to enter language here dictionary, so that you have something on hand you can use need be. And then fear of missing out. Remember that some people back home are probably experiencing FOMO for your experience. So similar to culture shock, we all have those moments where we think we're missing out on the best or missing out on the most exciting aspect of something. But in reality, we might be living something that someone else wishes they were doing. So just try and keep that in mind while you are abroad. Talking about the benefits. So the IES, the Institute on the Benefits of Studying Abroad, and essentially they found career attainment, longer stays means greater benefits, enhancing the study abroad, the major findings of their study. This is a graph, not a graph, a chart of benefits, and you can just see some of the things that helped me gain a better understanding of my own culture and values and biases, influenced me to seek a greater diversity of friends. So you can see that there was a multitude of benefits from studying abroad in any capacity. And now Ms. Fiala is going to talk about some of the ways you can have these benefits, address challenges, and all that through Flagler.
So I think Mr. Rasnick did a great job of explaining what some of the benefits to studying abroad are. Again, statistics show that employers are more likely to hire a student that has studied abroad than a student that hasn't, but there's many other intrinsic benefits you get from studying abroad. So if you're interested in studying abroad at Flagler, I'll tell you that Flagler has many opportunities for you. Our main opportunities fall under 3 different categories: faculty-led, exchange, or independent programs. And I'll talk a bit about each of these. Our faculty-led programs are the programs that go for a short amount of time, usually 2 to 8 weeks, typically in the summertime, and you're with 1 to 2 Flagler faculty members at all times. So this is your chance to study abroad with a Flagler faculty member that you know well, or maybe that you're getting to know, to be on the ground in another country, learning about history of Ireland or art in Berlin, hands-on with your Flagler faculty. There's guaranteed class credit there because that credit's going to come back as Flagler credit because you have your Flagler professor there teaching it. These are great experiences for someone that hasn't been abroad before, that has a particular subject that they're interested in learning more about, that would like to go with a Flagler faculty member. I think these are really great opportunities. This is the way for Flagler. We talk a lot about teaching at Flagler and how Flagler is a teaching college. We really focus on the student and the faculty relationship. And this is a really good opportunity for you to go with somebody and to capitalize on that. And the real reason why you decided to come to Flagler, to be in a small course abroad. Again, these change annually. So every year, it's really dependent on what the faculty member wants to propose for the following year. They're not the same every year. We have many different classes. Some will repeat every year, but oftentimes one summer is completely different than the next summer does. Our previous destinations have included Germany, Scotland, France, Costa Rica, Belize, Vietnam. I can think of many others that aren't on this list. So it's really different every year. I can say this year, we have several approved trips, and I'll talk to you a little bit about how to see the trips, but we do have trips that are already approved for this coming summer. And then I'll speak to you a little bit about how you apply for those and how you view those opportunities in a minute. Our second way to study abroad at Flagler, our second big umbrella, is through our exchange programs. This is your opportunity to spend 1 to 2 semesters abroad. You'll continue to pay your Flagler tuition. So that means you pay your Flagler tuition, but then your housing is paid separately. So this is I would say this is the financially easy way to go because you know you were going to be paying your Flagler tuition already. This is where we just get to continue to pay our Flagler tuition, but we study at one of our partner institutions. We actually have 11 partner institutions. We need to update our PowerPoint here, but we do have the complete list there on the right side. So we're constantly adding new partners, which is what happened here. We just added the University of Bordeaux, Montaigne. All of these schools have opportunities to learn in English. Some of them do have opportunities to learn in another language if you're adept in that language. I know at our partner in Würzburg, you can study in German if you're really good in German, but you can study in English. It's not an issue. They offer plenty of courses in English. And the same at University of Bordeaux, Montaigne. If you have a certain level of French, you can study in French, but then they also offer the courses in English. This is just a little highlight of some of our partner schools. You see there, Munich Business School, our European Business School. Actually, these are all our business school partnerships, and then Innsbruck as well. The last way to study is through our independent, we call independent. That includes our provider programs, our direct enroll programs. Flagler College has affiliated program providers that we work with that we really recommend for certain experiences depending what you're looking for. So if you look at the faculty-led programs you look at the exchange programs and you think, that's just not meeting my need. That's not in the location that I want, or that's not the subject that I need to study. You are free to study through one of our partnerships. So for one of our independent providers, that would be, we work with American Institute for Foreign Study, which is AIFS, CIEE, SIT, and Mid East. We also work with Semester at Sea. And these are all programs that are really good at different things. So it's really dependent on what you're looking for. I know Mr. Rasnick has heard me say it many, many times. If you are a student that just was very focused on social justice, wants to study human rights in Jordan, you're going to look at SIT as a possibility. If you want to study food science or wine culture in Italy, you're going to look probably at CIEE or AIFS. If you just really want a great program that's located in the Middle East with a partnership that you can trust and someone that knows what you're doing, you're going to look at Mid East. So there's different programs for different needs. And when you meet with us, I'm able to talk you through what your options are. You also have the option to enroll directly at a college of your choice. That would be a conversation that we can have separately, but that is available to you as well. How do you apply? The big question. So we have a brand new website. It's studyabroad.flagler.edu. That is the application website. So there's still information about study abroad on Flagler's main website. But once you're on Flagler's main website under the International Center and Study Abroad, you'll see a link to studyabroad.flagler.edu. And that's where you actually submit your application. In order to be eligible to study abroad, you have to have attempted 24 credit hours, which basically means that everyone at the end of their first year is eligible. So you're eligible to study as of the summer of your first year. So this coming summer, we request that you attend an information session. We have many of those throughout the year. Those are posted either on Saints Connect, or we also put them in the weekly newsletter that you receive. And there's a little, for those of you, I know that you get a lot of email, but in the weekly newsletter, there is a little header that says International Center, and it will list all of our events. And all of the information sessions are listed there. We're holding those all on Zoom at the moment. And then you'll complete the respective application for your program. So when you go to the website, you're going to log in using only your username, not your full email, just your username and password. And then you'll be able to search for the program of your choice. If you're interested in faculty-led, you'll be able to see all of the current faculty-led programs that have been approved that are accepting applications at the moment. So you can see all of the trips that are going for the following summer, and you can apply right from there. You'll do the same thing with exchange, and then the same thing with independent. The great thing about the website and the independent programs are that you don't have to remember all of those independent program names that I gave you before. You just need to go into the website, to the program search, and you'll be able to see the website actually links into all of those affiliated providers that we work with. So if you're like, I just have to go to Costa Rica and there's no Flagler program to Costa Rica, you just plug Costa Rica in there and it's going to pull up all the programs with our affiliate partners that are in Costa Rica that you can look at for the following summer, year, semester, whatever you're looking for. And then prior to departing, you'll attend a pre-departure safety and security orientation that I lead for every student that's going to go abroad for Flagler. That you would get more information about at the time your application has been approved and accepted.
So
go ahead.
We can't answer questions in this capacity, but I do think Ms. Fiala brings up a really good point. And so if you all will bear with me, I'm going to try to get to our website so that you can see it if my computer loads. Perfect. So again, the website you need to go to is studyabroad.flagler.edu. You can see we have program searches, FAQs, discussions about money, deadlines, I know is a constant question. So we really encourage, there's the lion. I'm saying that because I uploaded the photo. You can look for what you need on our website, whether that be more information just in general about studying abroad at Flagler, or like what Ms. Fiala said, in looking for our programs. And quickly you can just see for example, are.
What's great about the website is it gives you all that comprehensive information that you'd be looking for in one spot that used to be hard to find. So here on these faculty-led trips, you can see there's different tabs, and you just tab over and you look at, okay, important dates, and I have the whole itinerary for the program is there. Obviously, itineraries are subject to change based on the professor, but that's the proposed itinerary at the moment, so you can have a better idea of what you're doing, a little more information about housing or the location of the course, a bit about finances that'll explain to you a little bit about what the trip's going to cost, the deadlines for the payment, and then requirements if there are prerequisites. Most of our faculty-led trips do not have prerequisites, you'll be surprised to know. So you don't need to be a history major, for instance, to go on Dr. Howell's Russia program. And then when you click more information, you can see here's the faculty leader for the trip. In this case, it's Dr. Jessica Howell. And you can contact her directly. There's her email, her office, and her phone number if you'd like to call her. And then it's just a little bio about her so you can know a little bit more if you haven't met her yet about the faculty that would be leading that program. And for all of our faculty-led programs, we have a similar layout, so you're getting all of the same information. And then, like we mentioned before, you can also search the exchange programs through this site and our independent providers through this site.
Mm-hmm. So just wanted to share that with everybody.
That's great. And I think what's really important to remember is please, we say don't be a stranger. Come talk to us often if you're interested in studying abroad. We would like to talk to you. I would like to help you make it happen. So come. We're here to talk with you. Pay attention to your newsletter. I know you guys, like I mentioned, get a lot of information there, but that's where we advertise all of our events, that and Saints Connect. So if you're not following us on Saints Connect, go ahead and follow the International Center on Saints Connect so you can be apprised of all the events that we're having and the info sessions if you're interested in studying abroad. Follow us on Instagram at Flagler International. We always post about our events there and what's upcoming. That's a great way to get in touch with us and stay in tune with what we're doing. But we'd like to be able to help you. So this semester, we're holding a lot of virtual office hours. We're holding any appointment times. You can click a link and make an appointment with us at any time we're available. So we're here for you. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to talk to you about how we can make this happen for you.
Yes. So we hope you learned a little bit about studying abroad and maybe influenced your decision to study abroad or research how to do that. If you have any questions, again, like Ms. Fiala said, you can find us on all of the channels. But yes, we hope to see you around campus, and we're sorry we can't be there in person, but
and I would just say lastly that I know one of the big one of our core values at Flagler is transformative learning experience, and I don't think we've ever had a student come back from a study abroad experience and say that it wasn't transformative for them in some way. So we would like to have that for you as well, and we will do what we can to make that happen.
Yes, and I think that's a wonderful way to end. So don't be a stranger. Try your best to find a study abroad opportunity that works for you. And if you're having trouble finding that, we are both here and able to assist. So until the next Zoom or in-person meeting, have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.